What's happening, beautiful people? Welcome back to Grateful Panic Knife Reviews. I'm so glad that you stopped by, and I hope at the end of the video you are too. So today we're going to do a review of two different versions of the QSP Penguin. We've got the brass version that came by way of the Bpex pass around group, and I liked it so much, and I'm easily influenced. I was talking to Carlos of Daily Carry Solutions. If you guys don't follow him, if you're not subscribed, you definitely need to go over there and check his channel out and subscribe. He's way better than me. So yeah, if you're cool with being subscribed to me, you'll definitely be cool with being subscribed to him. He does like cool shaving videos and stuff, like legit, with the lather stuff and all that. I use clippers, so I'm not very well versed in the art of shaving. But anyway, go check him out and subscribe to his channel. He's a really cool guy, real laid back, he's a jam up fella, and he currently lives about an hour and a half maybe from where I grew up. So yeah, definitely go check him out. But then I was talking to him, and he said that he dug it because he actually had it before I did, and he said he dug it to the point where he's seriously considering getting the S35VN version. Well, just on a whim, I Googled it, and lo and behold, Knives Plus had some in stock, and they were, $60, man. You can't beat denim micarta and S35VN. So, and it's my first knife purchase in quite a while, so I don't feel too guilty about it. Maybe a little bit, but not a whole lot. And it's a really killer knife, so we're gonna be checking that out. But before we do that, first off, let's go ahead, and we've got some channel business to go over, and that's about a little bit of news about Uncle John's band and how we're going to go about inducting folks into it. And just try and make this real quick, because I know you guys are busy and don't want to sit here and look at my ugly mug and listen to me ramble on and on and on all day. But what I plan to do, or what I would like to do, because I was asked by a handful of you guys if you were allowed to have input on people to induct, and yes, definitely, most definitely, I actually prefer that. I want that, and was going to request that, but you guys beat me to it, so that takes a big time load off my shoulders. What I would like to happen is some, like, throughout the month, anybody that pops in your head that you would like to see inducted, nominate them. Send me an email. I'll be leaving my email address permanently in the description from now on, so which is easy anyway. It's just gratefulpanic74@gmail.com. But I know how us adults can be quite forgetful, so I'll just leave it down there. But anyway, just email me your nomination, and I would like for the nominations to be submitted by at the very latest, the last day of each month, because induction day is going to be the 13th of the month. And I chose 13th because in honor of, like, the 13-point bolt, and then the 13 studio albums that Grateful Dead released. So I just thought that was good, and there's a 13th in every month, so it worked out kind of good. But what I'd like to do is have the nominations submitted by the end of the month, and then I'm going to consolidate them, and what I think is the best way to do it is just basically put it to a vote. And I don't want to do an open vote, like I don't want you, vote in the comments. I would prefer, I just think it would be more comfortable for everybody if you just voted, via email. Send me an email and tell me who you vote. Just handle it all that way, and yeah, I think that will work out the best. So basically, have your nomination in by the last day of the month. I'll consolidate the names, and in a following video, I will, basically give you guys the nominees and say, hey, email me your vote. Have that done by, at least it's got to be done before the 13th, and then on the 13th, I will announce the inductee, and we can induct them via video, I guess, and then I'll mail their certificate and their, hold on, in case you haven't seen it yet, there's another awesome bunch of guys right there, all widespread, but they'll get their certificate, which I will be reaching out to somebody for some assistance on designing said certificate, and I'm sure you know who I'm going to be reaching out to, because that's who everybody reaches out to when it comes to designing something. Actually, we have a new friend and new family member, Gary from The Last Ranger, who I know a lot of you guys know. He's a graphic designer too, so to give old Jason a break, I might reach out to Gary and see if he has any ideas. But anyway, but they'll be getting their certificate, and then the inductee knife, the Klaus titanium folding knife. But yeah, and that's courtesy of our good friend Michael Morgan. So yeah, nominate. I'll basically release the ballot, vote, induct, and I mean, as it gets closer to time to actually do it, we'll nail everything down more firmly. But I'm 7 3/4 minutes in, so I'm wasting a lot of your guys' time. Now that we got that done, let's go ahead and get the panic dump out of the way and a beverage check, and then we can get to the review. So today I was, which I've got it in the box now, but for the sake of the review, but I was carrying the, let's just get it out. I was carrying the F35 in QSP Penguin in denim micarta, and the Runt 2.0 from Hitch and Timber with the Alox Cadet, the Rough Rider micarta work knife, and the GPCA bolt action pin. And I was that it? No, Hank? Yeah, I carried a big Hank today. I haven't done that in a while, but I carried the big old Grateful Dead Hank from Hick Hank, and I haven't carried it in a while. It's a killer Hank. It's just a little large, and there's no microfiber, but other than that, I mean, it's awesome. It's really sturdy, awesome stitching, cool. I like their little logo with the little hick on there, the little hillbilly with his belly poking out. And as far as the beverage goes, I'm drinking on a little of the Super Cluster from Lagunitas. And today I want to send a big old hearty Grateful Panic cheers out to our good friend and Grateful Panic family member, John Evans. So, Brother John, hey now, cheers, my brother. Alright, so now that I'm done being long-winded, let's go ahead and dive on down and get up close and personal with two versions of the QSP Penguin. Alright guys, like I said, we're going to be taking a look at two different versions of the QSP Penguin. Let's go ahead and get these guys out so y'all can be looking at those instead of a box or two. There is the denim micarta. Ooh, moved. Stay there. I did not mean to disturb you, fella. On here is the brass version. He's going to go right over poor little Dylan's face. Oh no, over there so Dylan can see what's going on. Alright guys, so you know what? Let's do this a little different. Let's do the blade with this one. Alright, so what we're looking at is an overall length of 7 1/8 inches. We've got a blade length of 3 1/8 inch with a cutting edge of 2 inch 875 thousandths, and we have a blade thickness of 120 thousandths. And this blade is brought to us by China, I guess, in D2 blade steel, and it's a flat grind. It is a manual thumb stud opening phenom. Alright, now moving on to the handle. We got a handle length of 4 inches. We got a handle width at the widest part of 1 inch. And we've got a handle thickness of 460 thousandths, so just 40 thousandths shy of half an inch. And it is a stainless steel liner lock. It has a very, very deep carry stainless steel pocket clip that is tip up, right hand or left hand. And while this one is a teeny bit heavier, and by teeny bit heavier, I mean it nearly 2 ounces. Let's take a look and see exactly what we got. Hello, Cletus. Alright. Guess we'll check out grams first. So 148 or 145.8 grams for the brass guy, and 92.7 grams for the micarta. Now, that's a pretty good amount. Let's see ounce wise. This supposedly this is around 5 ounces, so we'll see. Yep, 5.13 ounces. And this guy, yeah, so right close to 2 ounce weight difference between these two guys. And honestly, in the pocket, you don't notice it, or I don't. Now, I can't remember who. I must say it was Mark Coffman, actually. I think asked me if it carried heavy in the pocket, and it really doesn't. I mean, it feels a little heavier in the hand, but it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't feel awkwardly heavy. Like, you know, you got a little brick. It just feels kind of sturdy, like you got something. You know, like you. But this one doesn't feel, you know, cheap and flimsy and light. I mean, it just feels normal to me. But I've never been big on, you know, like ultralight anything. An extra ounce or two doesn't really bother me. But as far as the only thing I have done to this blade sharpening wise is I stropped it pretty good when I first got it. And, you know, spent 10-15 minutes just stropping it with the extra large paddle strop from DOT Trading. And as far as this one, I think I stropped it a little bit, but not much, and that's completely it. I've done nothing else. But, you know, I processed a good bit of cardboard with both, and also opened boxes with both, because these kind of alternated going to work with me. You know, this one would go a day, and then this one would go a day. Let's take a look at lockup and centering and all that jazz. Lockup is good early on this one, and it is, everything's blacked out, so I think it's about, yeah, it's good early. It's not way early, it's not way late, it's just like perfect where the outside edge of the lock bar pretty much sits flush with the outside edge of the tang, and that's where I like my liner locks to sit. As far as centering, this guy here is right about dead nuts, and this fella is blurry and blacked out, so hard to see, but right about dead nuts with this guy too. They're both centered very well, and they're both riding on phosphor bronze washers, and I'm pretty sure this is the little combination that QSP does, where it's 2 phosphor bronze washers on each side with a little very like paper thin Teflon washer to kind of make the action smoother. And I did take the Teflons out of this one, and I mean, there was no blade play and it was still smooth, but it was just a teensy bit off center, so I said, you know what, I'd rather it be centered and have those little Teflon jobbies in it and make sure it's right. So yeah, this micarta is really, really nice looking. I mean, it looks like a literal scrap from a pair of blue jeans turned into a knife handle scale, which is precisely what it is. Oh, this is nice because, you know, of course the other blade is coated, but that satin finish is really pretty. I mean, that's nice. It's real smooth. Fingerprint magnet from hell, but it is what it is. Yeah, this is a very, very functional blade shape on this knife. It fits my hand perfectly. It fits way better than the Elementum, if I remember correctly. And just, well, oh yeah, here. I mean, give it a little kind of a size comparison, more along the lines of showing that it is pretty much my ideal carry size, because of course, you know, I carry the slayback a good bit, and it's, you know, they're right along same length as that slayback, maybe a hair bigger. I don't know, I don't have the little lines, so it's hard to tell. And then, you know, I carry this guy a lot, but yeah, that's about the size knife I carry these days. Pretty much right around a 3-inch blade, between 3 1/4 and 4-inch handle. That's what's comfortable for me now, and the QSP Penguin definitely fits the bill. I'm gonna tell you what, guys, D2, S35VN, it doesn't matter. I dig both of these Penguins. I think they're, you know, of course I do have a preference, but I really like both of them and highly recommend both of them. Just great knives, especially for the price. These two both run, this one's around 50, this one's around 60, and then your standard G10 or micarta with D2 is around 30, 35, I believe. So great prices all the way around, really good knives on one. But so yeah, it's basically, you know, what's your preference? If a 5-ounce knife that's got a 3-inch blade and a 4-inch handle is a little much for you, then yeah, you probably shouldn't get it. But if not, get the brass if you like brass. Get the micarta if you like micarta. I recommend them both. I think they're both awesome knives at awesome prices. they both, in fact, get the Grateful Panic seal of approval. 1 3/4 thumbs up. That's all I have to say about the QSP Penguin. All in all, it's a great little utility / work knife, and it's fun to fidget with, and the price is great. The materials are good. It's just a great knife all the way around. Would not hesitate for a second to recommend it. So that's going to do it, guys. I appreciate you stopping by, and you are more than welcome to come back anytime. But until next time, why don't you get on out there and EDC your ass off and do something nice for somebody. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.